No one likes to admit that they are getting older. But even if you're 20, if you don't have dreams, then you're not young. And even if you're 80, if you still have a dream, you're still young. There are so many people out there who remain young regardless of their age. 65-year-old Isaac Stern once said, "Retirement? I've only been playing the violin for 50 years." German writer Goethe started writing the second part of his masterpiece, Faust, at 76 and finished it in 82. English playwright George Barnard saw his first play on stage when he was 94. Youth is not something that shows on the outside, but something we feel in our hearts. This is Kevin's Hot Beat. You've just heard Wild and Young by Kang Seung-yoon. Hello guys, I'm Kevin from Zell. Welcome to our Hot Beat for Wednesday, May 14th. It's pretty clear that everything in the world depends on your attitude. It is always nice to see people who have aged but still young, live young in their hearts. Never let go of your dreams. Now here is how you can tune into Hot Beat. We've got FM stations in Jeju-do Island, and these are the areas that you can find out. 88.7 in Jeju, 88.1 in Seogwipo, 101.9 in Daejeon, and we've got terrestrial DMB as well. You can also tune into us from New York in the US via snbus.com or SNB Radio. And I'd love to hear from you guys, so leave us your comments, messages, and song requests here on our Hot Beat message board at www.arirangfm.com/hotbeat. You can write your messages in any languages. The winner of today's Mission Impossible will take home an exclusive Polaroid photo of Zell, and on part 2, we'll be back with David on Pray For You. Let's kick off today's Hot Beat with two songs, Delicious by Two Heart and Mama Ma by Tasty. Mission Impossible. Today's winner will receive a Polaroid photo of Zell. Here is your first hint. This is a 12-member boy group that debuted in 2012. They took Artist of the Year last year and sold over 1 million copies of their first full-length album. What is the name of this group? Number 1, Maroon 5. Number 2, One Direction. Number 3, EXO. Okay, if you know the answer, post it on our Hot Beat message board at www.arirangfm.com/hotbeats. Now, while you're doing that, let's listen to one song, Tonight by Speaker. And now, the second hint on Mission Impossible. The team was originally in 2 groups, each performing in Korea and China. Before coming together as one, their hits include Wolf and Growl. What is the name of this group? Number 1, Maroon 5. Number 2, One Direction. Number 3, EXO. If you know the answer, post it on the Hot Beat message board at www.arirangfm.com/hotbeat. Now let's listen to one music. Ururang, Growl by EXO. Okay, here is your last Mission Impossible hint. This group recently came back with their second mini album. The title song, Overdose, was released in both Korean and Chinese. What is the name of this group? Number 1, Maroon 5. Number 2, One Direction. Number 3, EXO. If you know the answer, post it on a Hot Beat message board at www.arirangfm.com/hotbeats. Now, I'll be playing more music for you. 로맨틱하게, Romantically by Block B. Okay, here's a recap of today's Mission Impossible. Hint number 1 was this is a 12-member idol group that debuted in 2012. Number 2, their hit songs include Wolf and Growl. Number 3, this group recently came back with their second mini album, Overdose, 중독. Someone called a doctor nigga. Yeah. What is the name of this group? Number 1, Maroon 5. Number 2, One Direction. Number 3, EXO. If you know the answer, post it on a Hotbeat message board at www.arirangfm.com/hotbeats. Today's winner will be receiving a photo from Zell. I'll be playing more music for you. 도르르르 스르르르. Okay, that's the title. 도르르르 스르 by 태사비의 feature by 한지은, 김유정 of 소녀시절.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to listen to Uno, Dos, Tres, Cuatro. Chicas bonitas, are you ready to join? Ponte a jugar with Hotbeats.
You've just heard 사랑한단 말, saying I love you by Changmin and Jinun from 2AM. I know a lot of you have smartphones, so I'd like to tell you about our Arirang Radio smartphone app. Just search for Arirang Radio in your app store. It's a free app. ARIRANG RADIO, Arirang Radio. You can listen to our program on the move and leave your comments through the smartphone Arirang Radio app. Just log in once and you can set a total login, so if you haven't got it, get it now! Also, you can listen to Arirang Radio through TuneIn. It's an online radio service site with 40 million users worldwide. You can download TuneIn through Google Play or the App Store. If you're joining us through PC, log on to the Arirang website and click the On Air button or download the Arirang Cast. You can't play back past shows, so be sure to join us while we're on air. If you feel more comfortable with Korean than English, there's a Korean button on the upper right-hand corner of the Arirang website. Drop by the Hotbeat website often and leave us your comments. Let's listen to some more music. 내게 남은 세 가지, Three Things I Have Left by 백아연, and Happy Ending by 신지훈. You've just heard 내게 남은 세 가지, Three Things I Have Left by 백아연, Happy Ending by 신지훈. I'm going to take a break to see what messages you've left me. Rochelle Evans from Jamaica. Kevin Oppa, oh, how I've missed you. Sorry, been really busy at work and school these days. I miss your funny voices. And how you always made me laugh. Please stay well, Oppa. Fighting! Minri Hyun from Philippines. Hi, I'm new here. This page. Would you play I'm Sorry of New East? Seonji from Korea. Hello. After listening to your show for 2 months, I think my English listening is getting better. It's like studying every day for 2 hours. I should have studied like this when I was a student. Yatabi from Japan. Hello, Kevin. I always try to tell myself that no one is unimportant, but I still feel really lonely sometimes. My request song is Monday Kids, Memory of Love Makes Me Cry. Kevin Oppa, 화이팅! Florencia Putelli from Argentina. Hi, I'm listening to the program with my mom and grandpa. They can't understand English, but still enjoy it. Kisses. Have a good week. You too. JM Abbas from Philippines. Good morning, DJ Kevin. I'm JM from Philippines. I really love tuning to your program. I hope that you continue to make the listeners entertained and informed. May I request 웃는다, Smile by Coffee Boy? More powers to you and the people behind this beautiful radio program. 감사합니다. Thanks for sharing, guys. Here is some of your request songs. I'm Sorry by New East, requested by Minri from Philippines. 사랑한 기억이 날 울려, Memories of Love Makes Me Cry, by Monday Kids, requested by Yatabi from Japan. You've just heard I'm Sorry by New East, requested by Minri from Philippines, and 사랑한 기억이 날 울려, Memories of Love Makes Me Cry by Monday Kids, requested by Yatabi from Japan. Alright, here is 2 songs before we wrap up part 1. Actually, we gotta wrap up part 1. I'll be back in second half. 2 songs for you. 웃는다, Smile by Coffee 소년, requested by JM from Philippines, and 너를 원해, I Want You by 정기고, featured by Benzino. Alright guys, see you guys in second half.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to listen to the Hotbeat. sexy girls out there, are you ready to join? BET, Heartbeat.
Welcome back to the second hour of Hot Beat. That was Video Game by 소년공화국, Boys Republic. Let me tell you again how you can tune into Hot Beat. We've got FM stations in Jeju-do Island, and these are the areas that you can find out. 88.7 in Jeju, 88.1 in Seogwipo, 101.9 in Daejeong, and we've got terrestrial DMB as well. You can also tune into us from New York in the US via snbus.com or SNB Radio. If you got a smartphone, just search for Arirang Radio in your app store. It's a free app. ARIRANGRADIO, Arirang Radio. You can listen to our program on the move and leave your comments through the play or just and song request here on the Hotbeat message board at www.arirangfm.com/hotbeat. You can write your messages in any languages. We will listen to 이 노래 듣고 있어? Listening to this song by MJ, featured by 410 and Son, Hand by Outsider, before coming back with David on Pray For You. A special concerting service just for you.
Together with David.
Pray for you! Yes, it's time to talk about your love life and about those concerns you could never tell anyone else. It's Pray For You.
Yep.
Now we're joined by our Wednesday guest, David.
Yo, what's up?
Well, how was your week?
It was great. It was really good. I'm not tired anymore.
Okay.
And I feel like the weather is getting a lot better.
Yes.
So I'm very happy and got a lot done this week.
Yes.
How about you?
Well, same old. But I feel great because my season is coming. Summer.
That's your season?
That's my
Summer
season.
is your season.
Yes.
Why is it your season?
Because I live in this, beautiful country. In Sydney. It's pretty hot.
It's
there.
really hot there, right?
When it's summer, it goes up to 40.
Oh my
40
gosh.
degrees. So
how do you stand that?
I got used to it. So I feel like I'm just if it's hot in Korea, I feel like, it's not.
But are you okay with the humidity as well?
Oh,
because
no,
I feel
not
like
that.
It's dry hot, right?
Yeah, it's
because
dry
dry hot is different than humid hot.
Humid hot. Yeah, I understand. I totally understand. But it's okay for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Summer is my least favorite. I just
Okay.
wanted to pass by.
You like winter, huh?
I like fall and spring. And
everybody loves
yeah,
fall.
of course, but winter, I would pick winter.
Winter?
Much
Between
better over
summer?
Yeah.
Okay, I
By
see.
far.
All right, guys. You guys sent us some messages here. Now we'll start reading from Caitlin from USA. Hello, Kevin and David. Look, David, I'm listening.
I see.
I hope you guys had a good holiday. Yes, holiday.
Holiday.
It's nice to be able to tune into Upbeat again. I will do my best to listen more often.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank
Thank
you,
you.
Caitlin. Now,
Next was from Asuka in Japan.
Yep.
Kevin Oppa and David.
Yes.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm really waiting for listening to this corner.
Yep.
I like to listen to someone's love story
Love story.
because it becomes study. Oh, you
Ooh.
study from it. Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel envious. In the future, I really want to fall into a special love.
Special love.
Special love.
Ooh, okay.
la, la. Okay.
Morena M from USA. DJ Kevin and David, glad to hear you both once again on the segment. I am ready to enjoy the show today. Love both your enthusiasm, and you guys are so adorable. Thank you. Next.
And Lisa Wu from the
Yep.
UK. Welcome, David. You and Kevin voice are so similar.
Really?
Same kind of accent. We have an accent.
Accent?
I don't know. And maybe one day you can do a little sing-song. A little
Yeah,
sing-song. Okay.
sing-song.
Some sing-song with Kevin.
Yep.
And that'd be cool. What is your favorite food snack? What's your favorite food or snack?
Well, these days, ice cream.
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Okay.
That's like everyday food for me.
Really?
Yeah. I eat ice cream
Okay,
every day.
okay,
What about
okay.
you?
For me, it's ramen. Ramen.
Like you said last
ramen noodles.
Yep.
And back where I'm from, like, I lived in Ohio, right? We used to I'd call them like ramen noodles for the longest time.
Ramen noodles.
And then all my Korean, like when I met Korean people later, they're like, "What ramen noodles? Not even ramen noodles. You call them ramen noodles."
noodles. That sounds like some game.
It's a very like
ramen noodles.
yeah, very southern. You know, not a lot of Korean people,
No.
all like white people and.
I see. Okay, next bride. I wish David would come to Hotbeat twice a week.
Me too.
Well,
Me too.
yeah.
Hint, hint.
Well, PD님. Our staff, please, just get a note of this.
Let's take a note of this. Yeah. Yes.
Okay,
No
now
pressure.
next, Riori from Korea.
She said, when I get sad, I put away my phone, listen to music, and think about what's making me sad. If you know the cause, it's easier to solve the problem. For example,
Yep.
it makes me sad to think that my friends have all built up their resumes
Yep.
while I've done nothing. So I forget everything.
Yep.
I forgot everything and just studied.
Yes.
It's foolish to just dwell on what's bothering you. If I'm just sad because I'm having one of those days, I meet up with people who make me feel happy. Everyone has a friend like that who always makes you smile.
Yes.
If I can't be happy on my own, I find them. Then I become really happy and positive. I don't think you should let yourself get too down. Everyone feels sad sometimes.
Yep.
And you can't always be happy. When there's an up, there's a down.
Down,
So
yes.
when you're feeling sad, that means you'll feel happy again soon.
Yeah.
That's some good advice.
That's good advice because
Very
last
good
week we
advice.
talked about Jinju's message.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
said she's going through the tough time. That's the message for her from Riori from Korea.
Good advice.
And we also have some more messages for Jinju, Hongdan 언니 from Korea. When I'm sad, I eat meat or drink a caramel macchiato, or go shopping. Yes, that's the
Great
that's
therapy.
Yep. When I have to go shopping, that means it's really serious. Ooh, I'm really mad. I feel better when I buy myself something or I read a good book. Yes.
I'm just imagining her like angry shopping, being like,
okay, I'm gonna buy this.
give me this,
Give me this.
that.
That's a 50%
She's
sale.
serious, yeah.
Well, that can be another tip for you. Just go to shopping.
Definitely, I feel like girls, blow off steam differently than guys do.
True. And also, this is the message for the person who got stressed because of the co-worker.
Oh,
Yes, a Rinka from
from
Japan.
Japan.
Yes, please.
she said, hello, Kevin, David. Thank you for giving me advice today.
Yep.
I hope I can work every day without letting the stress pile up.
Oh, okay.
It's-
So she's actually the person that we talked about last time.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's impossible to do good things when you're filled with stress. I try to keep smiling and do lots of good work.
Yes.
Thank you. Song request, Shiny.
Everybody.
Chinese everybody.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're hoping that we'll all those tips, all those guidelines that is it helping you? I mean, right?
I feel like-
I think we're helping.
Yeah,
them
yeah. I
out,
mean,
right?
apart from giving the other people tips, I feel like when I talk about other people's problems and try to give advice, genuine
Yes.
advice, I feel like I take something from that as
Yeah.
well. I feel like I'm releasing stress just talking
Yep.
with these people and interacting and meeting you,
Yeah.
And I feel like it's all yeah, this is a stress reliever as well.
Yeah,
and hopefully
it
it can be a
is,
stress
it is.
reliever to all the people listening as well.
Yes, it is. And thank you guys for your messages. Now
you.
we'll be sharing more and more. So please keep coming back. Now, shall we get started with Pray For You?
Yeah, let's
Now-
do this.
Okay, first up, Alia from Malaysia. Hi, David and Kevin Oppa. I'm having this problem since last 3 years. Okay. I'm 16 years old. I have a friend, but they always ignore me. Oh, they only pick up my call after many times miscall them. Oh, sometimes more than that. Even if I send a chat or message, they only read without replying. Oh, okay. If I share to them my secrets, they always tell it to the entire classes. They only need me if they want me to treat them or when they have problem. When I have problem, they only can say, oh, it's nothing compared than my problem. Sometimes I want to hold their hand, but they don't want that. I also want to have a friend like Kevin Oppa and Zea. You guys have such beautiful friendship. I also have so many scars on my hand. Ooh. They said that I have a scar because I'm dirty. I also don't want this scar. I don't want to be born with such of a sensitive skin and this kind of disease. I cry often because they hurt me. I also need a friend to help me with my study and listen to my problem. I also want to feel precious. Help me, please. Okay, I see the problem. Everybody's ignoring her, and she had this problem with this her hand. I don't know what happened, but
It seems like it's a disease.
disease.
I've known a lot of friends who've had skin problems where it gets irritated easily, or
yeah.
you know, there are a lot of stuff like that, and it's a very common, you know, thing. So I mean, I don't
But it
think
can be fixed, I think.
it can be treated. It
Yes.
can definitely be treated.
Yep.
But I mean, apart from that, you know, I feel like she's 16 years old, and I feel like that's the age where you really want to,
really sensitive. And,
and you really want your friends to like you.
Yeah, true. But she's having a hard time because, you know, her friends are all
Her
ignoring
quote unquote
her.
friends.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't think they are actual friends.
I don't think they are either.
No.
I can understand, you know, some friends at this age, you know, you mess around, you poke fun at each other,
Yep.
but if they're ignoring you, and on top of that, you know, not complimenting you, not supporting you, not helping you out with like any of your problems, then what's the point in keeping them around?
Yeah, true. Have you ever had this kind of situation where you left out alone, or you know everybody was ignoring you?
I feel like,
Ever happened this?
of course, I felt this way
Really?
before. Usually, I feel like I've been more of a. Instead of people ignoring me,
Okay.
I was kind of in that situation where I'm like, I'm gonna ignore everyone else.
Everyone.
I just want to be alone. Like I've been through that bitter phase as well during high school. And the funny thing was,
Okay.
I was fine with it until one day I had to sit down. I switched lunches.
Okay.
And I had to sit down for a different lunch, and I didn't know anyone. So I sat down.
Yep.
And there was like no one there.
Oh,
no one there.
no.
And like there was no one to sit with me. And then I was like, okay, this is awkward, but it's okay. I can eat on my own. And then all of a sudden,
Oh,
the worst part was a teacher had to come up to me.
Okay.
She came up to me and she's like, it's not that she wanted to, she was trying to be nice.
Okay.
But it made me feel worse. Because it's like, she sat there, she's like, oh, how are you doing today? I'm like, oh, I'm good. And she's like, oh, okay, that's cool. I'm just checking up on you. And I could just so tell that she was giving me that pity.
Oh yeah.
I
know.
and it kind of felt, I was like, oh my gosh.
I know.
That was like the worst. I felt very ashamed of having to have a teacher come up to my lunch table and try to, small talk with me. But I mean, I feel like it's different, but it's the
different?
same kind of loneliness.
It is.
And it's even worse for her because she's actually deliberately getting ignored.
Well, for me, first day of school, first day of high school, I was like, I don't have any friends at all because it's his first day and
Yeah.
he's new to school.
Yeah.
Everybody is like, oh, who is he? Well, they don't even care who I am. Like. And it's boys' school. It's
All boys' school?
Yeah, so it's kind of. But I get to get along with like others. I open my, I actually express myself a lot to others. So that's how they come easily.
Open
Come
yourself
closer,
up.
open yourself up. Yes. So it's kind of well for her. I mean, for Alia, I think for now. The most important thing is you got to be healed from your parents or maybe from your close relationship people.
Yeah, definitely. It's at least start with the people that you trust.
Yes.
Which are your parents, which may be your best
Cousins.
cousins.
Yes.
Start with that. And I think from looking at those relationships, I feel like you should feel supported. And
Yes.
and one thing I think is very important is that you have confidence in yourself.
Yes,
If you have confidence, it'll come right back to
Yep.
you, and people will actually be more attracted to you. And that starts from within.
Yep.
So I feel like, I know it's hard, but, start with the people who actually love you for who you are.
Yes.
And take comfort in that. And once you take comfort in that, you'll be comfortable in your own skin. And once you're comfortable in your own skin, you'll make genuine friends.
Yes. Definitely. Confidence. That's the word for you, Alia. And well, don't worry. Well, you must have, people
Yeah.
that you really love, and they, love you. So just go out there, be confident,
Put yourself out for who you are.
who you are.
Don't try to
Yes.
fake it.
Don't try to fake it.
Don't
No.
be someone else you're not. Don't try to, just try to please everyone, because you can never please everyone. Just please yourself.
Please yourself, it is.
Yeah.
Okay, before we continue, let's have a music break, shall we?
Yeah.
Now here is Woo Hoo Hoo by David. Woo. Yes. Now you guys with us on our segment Pray for You. Now let's listen some more messages. Here is Eddie from Israel. Could you do the honor for us?
Thank you. Okay.
Please, yes.
All right. Hello. I want some advice.
Advice.
I'm 24-year-old girl.
Okay.
That looks good.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
And I'm
that's good.
175 centimeters tall.
Okay.
With curly hair.
Oh.
I always get compliments about my looks and height. Now the problem is, I never had a boyfriend,
Oh no.
and no guy approaches me with an interest to get to know me.
Oh.
Okay.
No.
And everyone always asks me, how come you never had a boyfriend? And I'm like, the same question I ask myself every day. It's not nice to see everyone around me with boyfriends, relationships,
Marriage
and
yes.
kids. My biggest dream is to form a family because I really love kids. What
Kids.
should I do? It's really upsetting, and I cry every night because loneliness is not fun,
Oh.
and it doesn't make me happy.
Well, while you're reading this message, I had this music in my head. She's a lucky bum bum. She's a star, but she cry, in a lonely night, baby.
Whose song was that?
That Britney Spears.
Oh,
Lucky.
okay.
Yeah.
I remember that. Why that song?
I don't know. I just because she cried every night. It's like, oh, because you're a star. You're beautiful, but
Yeah.
Anyways, let's get back to Eddie's
I haven't
message.
heard. I didn't remember that song for you.
Years,
I haven't
right?
heard years. It's been years.
It was like when I was in primary school.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Like Britney Spears. That's
Britney
when
Spears,
she was
yeah.
like
Oh my god.
hot stuff.
But I think this is good because she said she's 24 years old and she looks good. She have confidence, to herself.
Yes.
And she's tall. She's like 175 centimeter. She's tall. Wow. And she have curly hair. Like you're still young, Eddie. And I know like tons and tons of guys out there. So why not you just go out there, but don't go with some random guy and like, do you want to go out with me? No, don't do that. But why not ask your friend to make a date? With,
Actually, I feel like she really hits with me because I'm also 24 in American age.
Okay.
I'm still 24 in American age.
Okay.
And I haven't really
looking
had
good?
any. I haven't had any. Yeah, I don't look too bad.
You're looking.
I feel like I'm
Yep.
decent looking, but I haven't had like a serious relationship yet either. So like, I want to give you some genuine advice.
Okay.
But I feel like my 선배 here,
Oh no.
my relationship 선배,
No.
the higher person here,
No.
Kevin Young, he's
No.
gonna have to give both of us some advice. So, like, what do you think? Why can't I or
Her.
Eddie?
Yes.
Why can't we find a genuine relationship? Do you think it's a problem with us? And I kind of really understand where she's coming from, and of course I can give her some advice, but I can't give her any advice from my life experience that I know has worked for me yet, because that's like the same problem I have. So Eddie, I feel you. I completely feel you. We can go through this together, and we can pull through it.
Well, for you and Eddie, and for myself as well. I think you got to take it slow
Take it slow.
because we're not that. It's I think it's if you want to take this very fast and sudden, it won't happen. It won't happen.
I feel like a lot of the people who are so desperate to
yes.
the people can tell. People can tell that you're desperate for a girlfriend or a boyfriend.
Yes.
And I feel like that kind of comes out of your personality,
Yep.
and that can kind of be like a turnoff. That can kind of be like, oh, that's kind of like it's kind of overwhelming for the
overwhelming. Yes,
other person.
And also you're still 24. I know for yours, what you think is already 24. You know, have to have relationships. It's getting, you know, I'm getting older. No, you're not. You're young.
Thank you.
No, you too.
I'm taking all this.
This is a whole message. Well, those of you who are out there and have this same situation as Eddie and David and Kevin, take it slow, all right? Take it slow.
And Eddie, the thing is, I feel like how I'm coping with it right now, I used to, you know, I've gone through my lonely days where I'll probably sleep alone and be like, all by myself. Don't wanna be singing that song by myself. But the thing is, I feel like maybe you should also, during this time, you know, 20s don't come back to you easily. And in your 20s, I feel like that's a time where you have to be very gung-ho and like chase your dreams, be bold, try things that you never tried before. So, you know, even though that you can be jealous of your friends right now, you can take this time to actually make them jealous by doing things that they can't as a couple.
Yes.
For instance, you know, completely being selfish and actually just working on yourself and blocking everything out and working on a new dream that you might have. You know, think about it. You might have a dream, and I'm sure that you've thought about it. You know, family and all that, it's great. But right now, I feel like if you have something to focus on, keep your mind away from all that, you know, lovey-dovey stuff and focus on your dreams, then, you know, I feel like you'll be a lot better, a lot happier, and guarantee you, of course, I don't have that experience, but I feel like if you know yourself better, then you'll be able to find a much better person that will last you a much longer time, a genuine relationship. So.
And also, you said you want to get, you know, you have a biggest dream that, you know, you want to form a family because you really love kids.
Yeah.
I really love kids. David really loves kids, you know. For them, you know, just work on yourself right now.
Yeah.
From
great example.
Yes.
Later, your kids are going to go through the same thing. You can give them advice. And if you don't chase your own dream, then how are you going to support your kids to, you know, push your kids to chase their dreams? So,
wow, that's
great advice, I think.
It is. It was. And that's for you, Eddie. And for Eddie, those of you who want to share messages, please leave us on a message board, including the our segment name. Pray for you. All right. Okay, shall we read the last message for today?
Our last message for today.
Suk from Japan. Did you two like studying when you were young? My 14-year-old son doesn't really like studying. He's the captain of his soccer team. But he doesn't put his all into soccer either.
Oh, okay.
Well, what can I do to help him focus on studying or sports? How can you motivate someone to do what they're not really interested in? I'd like to hear about your experiences. If you don't mind, please share with me. You know, when I was young, well, I think this goes out to all the kids out there. You know, when you're young, you want to do this, you want to do that.
That's true. That's very true.
And at the end, like, end of the day, you find yourself that, what have I done?
Yeah, what have I done so
what have I done with my life? It's, well, it's because you're a kid and you're young.
He's 14.
Yes, you're 14, yeah. Like, don't be so serious. I know you're worried because your son is not, you know, coping with the studying or sports, you know. So I know you're worried, but it's okay. It's a, you know, going through process.
Definitely. There are college students who still don't know what they want to do.
No. And what do you think?
I really love this lady's mindset because I feel like her head's in the right place. Her heart's in the right place at least, because she's not forcing him. She just wants him to work hard at something.
Yes.
She doesn't want him to necessarily only do study, only do soccer. She wants him to work hard at something. But I feel like this is what my dad did for me.
Yep.
And what he did was he exposed me to, as, you know, a 14-year-old, I feel like that's kind of the stage where your mind's everywhere. You're going through that stage of puberty and, like, you know, you're still growing up. You don't know what you want with their mixed hormones and, like, everything going crazy, you know. In the midst of that, I feel like he's gonna... You need to give him a lot of energetic things to do.
Yes.
That includes soccer, that includes studying.
I
I feel like if she keeps giving him stuff to do, new stuff to try.
Yes.
Not just the same two old things, because, you know, I feel like attention span won't be that long for a 14-year-old.
Yes.
So I feel like just expose him to new things, give him new hobbies.
Yep.
And it's okay at this point.
It's
If
okay.
he's not even in high school yet, right?
High school. I think it's primary school, I think.
Best thing you can do, guarantee you right now, is just have him do everything that
Everything
you
you
can.
can,
Have him do tennis, have him do golf, you know, have him do some, like, I don't know.
Or
like,
maybe cooking, you know.
cooking, or maybe even singing, music,
yes,
piano,
music, yes.
whatever.
You know, well,
drums.
I did a lot of things. Piano, taekwondo. You know those.
I did taekwondo too, yeah.
It's like typical
Korean things.
thing. Yeah, like when you're young, you know, you do
Piano,
taekwondo, swimming.
Oh yeah, yeah. Swimming lessons.
Swimming
I had
lessons,
those.
Yeah, that was.
Were you good at sports?
Well, I was good at volleyball
Volleyball.
Yes.
Wow. I feel like you would have been good at volleyball.
and tennis.
Uh-huh.
I love tennis. I love playing tennis.
Oh wow, I'm so jealous. I was really fat when I was a kid.
Me too.
When I was
fat.
When I was 14, I was fat and complete pig and
complete.
But my brothers were different and they were very athletic, so
Alright.
I followed in their footsteps. I took soccer for like, you know, I played soccer from like my elementary school years to my middle school years, and like I did taekwondo for 13, 14 years.
Yes.
But the thing was, since I was fat, when I did soccer, like I played for 8 years, right?
Okay.
8 years, and I never made
Never.
a goal. Never ever made a goal.
Never made a-
And that was like a huge 충격 for me. It was like I was so scarred from that. I was like, I'm never playing soccer ever
again.
But
Oh, no.
taekwondo, I mean, I was a lot better at that. I don't know. Maybe it was my Asian.
What was your
genes.
belt? What was your belt?
I went
you go
all
to-
the way up to second degree.
Oh, really?
But for us, we had this.
Okay.
We were very serious about it. Like my oldest brother. I had two older brothers.
Yep.
And he would take us to the basement of our house, and he would do 지옥 훈련.
Oh.
So like, you know, it would be like hell training for
training,
us.
yes.
It was horrible, and like he would like work us so hard. And for me, it was more about surviving because if I didn't do well, when we sparred with my brothers, I would get beat down like
Really?
crazy. So I naturally did well because of that, as out of survival instincts. And later, that became something, you know, good for me.
good
And
for you,
after
yeah.
I found out that I was, you know, doing well, I started working better and harder at it. Unlike soccer, which I just sat down in the middle of the field and just watched the ball go back and forth.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, that's the okay. my
here
team.
goes there.
Okay, it happens. But for Yusuk, don't worry. He's going through this, you know, thing. Puberty.
Completely natural.
Is natural. Completely natural. So don't worry. But you have to talk with him. You know,
I agree.
ask him what he likes.
Yeah, definitely.
And you know, make him. Why not? Like we said, why not? You know, try make him to do something else, like rather than soccer or studying, maybe music.
Yeah.
Like we said, yeah, do something different.
I feel like you just brought up a really good point. Ask him if there's anything new
Yes.
that he wants to try
Wants to
instead
try,
of what
yes.
you want. I feel like you have to keep that communication with your kids,
Yes,
so that later
communication.
on,
Yes.
they won't have to blame you for like, you know, you took away my
Oh, yeah,
dreams. You know,
no,
if you
no.
keep communicating with them and ask him what he wants,
Yes.
and I'm sure you'll find a middle ground together.
That's the our tip there. And okay, it's time to wrap up. Pray for you today. Now, so which message was the most memorable for you?
For me, it was the second one.
Second one. Oh.
Yeah, she's 24, same age as me, and going through the same thing. So, yeah, I got your back, and you got my back. So,
Well, for me, my most memorable message was the last one because I feel you, Suk, because like you know, my mom always talked to me. What do you want to do? You
Yeah.
know, if you want to do something, tell me. You know, we had this communication, so you know that communication made me who I am right now. You know,
Definitely.
today. So it's important to every other kids or people out there. Communication.
communication.
Communication
is the key.
Okay, so if you have any concerns or need relationship advice for us, our message board is always open. Leave your message with "Pray for You" or other words related to our segment in the title.
Yep.
Okay, now our last song. Could you?
Yes, our last song is
Yep.
going to be 오늘 밤
오늘 밤,
Tonight
yes.
by M and N.
M and N. All right, and I'll see you next week, David.
I'll see you next week as well.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye.
And now it's time to hear your request songs on Here I Am. Today's request comes from Stacy Lee from Korea. I have a test coming up in mid-May. I'm really nervous, but I'm having trouble studying. I take breaks by looking at your picture. 3 things at once. Haha! I'd like to listen to Ribbon in the Sky by Kevin with the other Heartbeat listeners. Okay, here is Stacy Lee's request song, Kevin's Ribbon in the Sky, and also my recommendation song for you, This Masquerade. Oh, okay, This Masquerade by Kevin. You've just heard Ribbon in the Sky and This Masquerade by Kevin. Now let me tell you the answer to today's quiz. This answer was number 3, EXO. The winner will be announced after the show on Happy Message board. If you see your name on the list, leave us your name, address, phone number, and your country. Today's winner will be receiving a photo from Zia. And it's also time to close out Heartbeat for Wednesday, May 14th. I'll be back tomorrow with More Than Words and Kevin's Music Diary. Here is our last song, 내 손을 잡아, Hold My Hand by Kim Dong-jun from Zia and Surreal. I'll see you guys tomorrow. 안녕! 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 안녕!